Hello, my friends. I'm so excited to be able to do circle time with you again. And so I thought that we would start by singing a song to get our bodies moving and our brains working, okay? So, if your clothes have any red, if your clothes have any red, if your clothes have any red, put your finger on your head. If your clothes have any red. Good. Now if your clothes have any blue, if your clothes have any blue, if your clothes have any blue, put your finger on your shoe. If your clothes have any blue, if your clothes have any black, if your clothes have any black, if your clothes have any black, put your hands behind your back. If your clothes have any black, if your clothes have any white, if your clothes have any white, if your clothes have any white, stomp your feet with all your might. If your clothes have any white. Good. All right. So, I have brought my log for my frogs, and I have a teddy bear here. He's my little buddy, and he's gonna hold my log for me so everybody can see it. Do you see my log? Good. So, we have some frogs. Would you like to count some frogs with me? We have 1 frog on our log. We have 2 frogs on our log. We have 3 frogs, 4 frogs, and we have 5 frogs on the log. Okay, so these aren't just any frogs though. These are green speckled frogs. They're very special frogs. So we have 5 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. 1 jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now we have 4 green speckled frogs. Ribbit, ribbit. 4 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. 1 jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 3 green speckled frogs. Ribbit, ribbit. So 3 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. 1 jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now we had 3 frogs and we took 1 away. We have 2 green speckled frogs. Ribbit, ribbit. 2 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. 1 jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there is 1 green speckled frog. Ribbit, ribbit. 1 green and speckled frog sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. He jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are no green speckled frogs. So, the other day, I was at the park with some of my friends, and there was a really big tree, and we were throwing frisbees, and one of our frisbees got stuck in the tree. So, one of our friends thought they would get the frisbee down with a ball, so they threw the ball into the tree. And guess what happened to that ball? It got stuck in the tree. So they were like, okay, well, what can we do now? So they took another ball, and they threw that ball at the first ball. And now there was a ball stuck in the tree. So we had a frisbee and 2 balls stuck in the tree. And it was a little funny. Eventually we got everything down, but it made me think of this book, which is one of my favorites, and it's called Stuck. And I'm gonna read it with you today, okay? So, it all began when Floyd's kite became stuck in a tree. He tried pulling and swinging, but it wouldn't come unstuck. The trouble really began when he threw his favorite shoe to knock the kite loose, and that got stuck too. So he threw up his other shoe to knock down his favorite one, and unbelievably, that got stuck as well. In order to knock down his other shoe, Floyd fetched Mitch. Mitch is a cat. Cats get stuck in trees all the time, but this was getting ridiculous. Floyd fetched a ladder. That makes sense, right? He was going to sort this out once and for all. And up he threw it. I don't think that's how you're supposed to use a ladder. I'm sure you can guess what happened. Look, the ladder is stuck up in the tree too. The ladder was borrowed from a neighbor and would definitely need to be put back before anyone noticed. And in order to do so, Floyd flung a bucket of paint at it. And wouldn't you know it, the bucket of paint got stuck. Then Floyd tried a duck to knock down the bucket of paint, a chair to knock down the duck, his friend's bicycle to knock down the chair, the kitchen sink to knock down his friend's bicycle, Floyd's front door to knock down the kitchen sink, the family car to knock down their front door, the milkman to knock down the family car, an orangutan to knock down the milkman, who surely had somewhere else to be, a small boat to knock down the orangutan, a big boat to knock down the small boat, a rhinoceros to knock down the big boat, a long-distance truck to knock down the rhinoceros, the house across the street to knock down the long-distance truck, a lighthouse to knock down the house no longer across the street, a curious whale in the wrong place at the wrong time to knock down the lighthouse, and they all got stuck. I don't know if Floyd is going about this the right way. A fire engine was passing and heard all the commotion. The firemen stopped to see if they could help at all, and up they went. First the engine, followed by the firemen, one by one. And there they stayed, stuck between the orangutan and one of the boats. Firemen would definitely be noticed missing, and Floyd knew he'd be in big trouble. Then he had an idea, and he went to find a saw. He lined it up as best he could and hurled it into the tree. I don't think that's how you're supposed to use a saw either, is it? And that was it. There was no more room left in the tree, and the kite came unstuck. Floyd was delighted. He'd forgotten all about his kite and put it to use immediately, enjoying the rest of his day very much. That night, Floyd fell asleep exhausted. Though before he did, he could have sworn there was something he had forgotten. Look, everything else is still stuck in his tree. I know that's a silly story, but it always makes me really happy. Now, I have one more story before we say goodbye, and this is one of my very favorite stories, and it's a little silly too, but it has princesses and dragons, and princesses and dragons are kind of my favorite. So, this story is called Princess Smartypants. Princess Smartypants did not want to get married. She enjoyed being a miss. Because she was very pretty, all the princes wanted her to be their missus. Princess Smartypants wanted to live in her castle with her pet dragons and do exactly as she pleased. They're pretty cool pets. I don't blame her at all. "It's high time you smartened yourself up," said her mother, who was a queen. "Stop messing about with those animals and find a husband." Suitors were always turning up the castle, making a nuisance of themselves. "Right," declared Princess Smartypants. "Whoever can accomplish the task that I set will, as they say, win my hand." That means get married. She asked Prince Compost to stop the slugs eating her garden. That's a very big slug. She asked Prince Rushforth to feed her pets. She challenged Prince Pelvis to a roller disco marathon. She invited Prince Boneshaker for a cross-country ride on her motorbike. He doesn't look like he's having very much fun. She called on Prince Vertigo to rescue her from her tower. She sent Prince Bash Thumb to chop some firewood in her forest. She suggested to Prince Fetlock that he might like to put her pony through his paces. She told Prince Grovel to take her mother, the queen, shopping. She commanded Prince Swimbladder to retrieve her magic ring from the goldfish pond. I don't think that looks like a goldfish. And none of the princes could accomplish the task he was set. They all left in disgrace. "That's that then," said Smartypants, thinking she was safe. Then Prince Swashbuckle arrived. He stopped the slugs from eating her garden. He fed her pets, roller discoed until dawn, rode for miles on her motorbike. He rescued her from her tower. He found some firewood to chop in the forest. He even tamed her horrid pony. He took her mother, the queen, shopping and retrieved her magic ring from the goldfish pond. Prince Swashbuckle didn't think Princess Smartypants was so smart. So she gave him a magic kiss. And he turned into a gigantic, warty toad. Prince Swashbuckle left in a big hurry. When the other princes heard what had happened to Prince Swashbuckle, none of them wanted to marry Smartypants. So she lived happily ever after. The end. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and I had so much fun reading stories with you, and I hope that I'll be able to do this again with you really soon. So I think it's time for us to sing a bit of a goodbye song. Would you guys like to sing with me? So, let us get into our train, and we have to put on our big train wheels, and we have to move our wheels like this, right? And the more we move our wheels, the faster our train goes. So we're gonna get on our goodbye train. Are you ready? Oh, the goodbye train is coming, see you soon, choo-choo. The goodbye train is coming, see you soon, choo-choo. The goodbye train is coming, oh, the goodbye train is coming, oh, the goodbye train is coming, see you soon, choo-choo. So we'll say goodbye to Nora, see you soon, choo-choo. We'll say goodbye to Rhett, see you soon, choo-choo. Oh, we'll say goodbye to Angel, and we'll say goodbye to Alan, and we'll say goodbye to Finian, see you soon, choo-choo. Thank you guys for joining me for Circle today, and I'll see you guys really soon.